Hi, this is Jacqui.
Hi, this is Nirali, and
This is our safety video. Yay! Oh, I'm all itchy. Oh no, oh my god.
as you can see, Jacqui dropped all of her chemicals on herself during her safety lab. Okay, so during a safety lab, a student should always wear apron to prevent chemicals from getting on their getting on their clothes and causing themselves to be itchy. And a student should always wear goggles to prevent any chemicals from getting in their eyes. And a student should always wear closed-toed shoes. As you can see, she wasn't. So no chemicals, if dropped, get on their feet.
Nirali, what do you think you're doing?
Nothing. I'm just heating up our test tubes.
Aren't you forgetting something?
No.
Unlike Nirali here, we should always put our hair up and roll up our long sleeves and take off any jewelry when we're working in the lab. If you do this, you have less chance of catching on fire, burning yourself, or getting harmed by unwanted chemicals.
The proper way to dispose of liquid chemicals is to pour them down the sink at your lab table and to turn the water on to dilute them from our school water system, as Jacqui is doing here. Also, when lighting a Bunsen burner, do not ever throw out the matches. Always put them in the used match cup always at your lab table. Solids, on the other hand, need to be thrown out in the garbage can by the teacher's desk, or otherwise instructed by your teacher. And finally, the proper way to dispose of broken glassware is to brush up the broken glassware with a dustbin from the safety station and to throw it out in front of the room by the teacher's desk.
Nirali here is doing an experiment using some sort of liquid chemical. As you can see, she's not being careful and she spills it. Let's see what she does.
Okay.
She just puts her things away and leaves it the way it is. The next period.
Oh no, my paper is all wet with chemicals.
Another student tried to walk in, and because of Nirali leaving her chemical on the table, their paper is now ruined. Now let's see the proper way to dispose of a chemical. As you can see, we're wiping it up off the table, making sure it's all dry. Then go over it with a wet paper towel for even more cleanliness. At the end of the period, be sure you clean the table again with the detergent.
Okay. And during a lab, if you spill an acid, you should go over to a safety station and take our base, which is baking soda, and pour it over the acid on your lab table and wait to clean it up. If you spill a solid. If you spill a solid on your lab table, you should take our acid or vinegar from our safety station, as you can see up there, and pour it over the solid you spilled and wait for it to fizz, and then you should wipe it up, clean it, and throw it out in the garbage. Okay, this is our safety station in the back of the room. The safety station includes the fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher is used in the case of a fire. Do never use the fire extinguisher on a person. Always clear the area first, take out the clamp, and then take out the pin and aim at the base and squeeze, and then the stuff will come out. Okay. This is the fire blanket. The fire blanket is at the back of the room. Also, it's by the teacher's desk in the front of the room. Always use the fire blanket for a person on fire. Never use the extinguisher again on a person. And always stop, drop, and roll. Don't forget that. Now comes the eye wash station.
If you get a chemical in your eye, you have to wash it out right away. You should rinse your eyes in the eye wash station for a certain amount of time until it's all out of your eyes.
And there's the safety shower.
Also, if you spill a really hazardous chemical on the floor, only in a really bad emergency should you pull the shower because gallons and gallons of water will pour out and clean the floor.
For exact 50 gallons. And then there's the first aid kit. First aid kit is used for a cut or a blister you have before a lab, so you can cover it up so no chemicals or anything harmful can go in your system and hurt you. I'm thirsty. Let me drink this water.
Nirali, don't drink that.
Why? But it looks like water.
That is not water. That is hydrochloric acid.
Oh, but it looks like water.
That's why you should never drink out of beakers no matter what, because they can be contaminated or contain bad chemicals.
You should never eat at the lab table or also chew gum because of the fumes could get stuck in your gum and then you could be chewing it all day and